1991. I wasn't a formal member of id Software until early 1992. Now, Castle Wolfenstein was originally developed by Silas Warner for Muse Software and delivered, I believe the original platform was the Apple II. Well, that's the platform that I know it from. And Wolfenstein 3D is our software. It's the precursor to Doom. It's sort of in tribute to Castle Wolfenstein. I started working for a small magazines on disc company out of Newport, Rhode Island called Uptime, managing, or actually programming for the Apple II department. It sort of gelled in Shreveport between John Carmack, John Romero, and Adrian Carmack, and it happened to gel right next to my bedroom in the house we were living in. So when they got together and they went off and they started id Software and they needed a business manager, they brought me on board. id's first project was a program called Commander Keen: Invasion of the Vorticons, which was a side-scrolling guy game, just run, right, and shoot. And we did several versions. There was Commander Keen's Invasion of the Vorticons, Commander Keen Goodbye Galaxy, and Commander Keen Aliens Ate My Babysitter. Hover Tank 1, which was the very first 3D polygon game developed for Softdisk by the members of id Software when they worked for Softdisk. And then there's another one called Catacombs 3D, which was an EGA version of Wolfenstein. I think it was John Romero actually looked back and said, what can we do with this game? Wolfenstein was a hit. It wasn't a mega hit. Pick a bunch of other words to go for mega, super, monster, whatever, hit. Wolfenstein sold approximately in its lifetime both shareware and the retail Spear of Destiny, about 200,000, about maybe 300,000 units. Now the shareware side, Wolfenstein's been installed on a lot of machines. I don't have the accurate numbers, but I'll guess and say some maybe 10 million machines Wolfenstein's been installed on, probably a lot more. I think the main reason is because when you go use the shareware channel, you can't hide a bad game in a good box. You lay your cards on the table and you show the people. You say, here it is. If you dig it, give us a call. If you think it's bad, thanks for trying. The bad guys in our games, the stories in our games, or the items, or the plots of our games, whatever, are secondary to the game itself. When we sit down and we say we're going to develop a game, we set out with the goal of creating the greatest damn game in the world. Now, whatever elements come into play when we're developing that game, they come and they go. John Carmack, who is the head technical guru, designed the Wolfenstein engine, and then just took what he had learned up here, the knowledge, and moved forward and designed the Doom engine from scratch. No code was taken in place. It was just, it was a complete ground up right. The honest truth is that there's not a lot to tell you. The game is in early development. I would refrain from telling you a lot of what I know, only because tomorrow what I know could be a complete lie as things change. We fly by the seat of our pants. What Doom was to Wolfenstein, Quake will be that to Doom. It'll be the next quantum leap in gaming technology and play mechanics. We're working on the multiplayer aspects and the 3D and the play mechanic aspects. Doom wasn't true 3D, it was fake 3D. Looked like true 3D, but you couldn't look up and down, and you never had a room that was here with another room that was here. That was just not possible. In Quake, you'll have true 3D, where you'll actually be able to have bridges where one character's here and another character's walking right over his head. That's possible. You'll be able to 6 degrees of freedom, look up and down, forward, backwards, left, and right. As well as travel up and down, not only just look up and down. We're enhancing the multiplayer play by turning it into a client-server, where Doom was peer-to-peer. Quake will be client-server. And conceivably, theoretically, not set in stone, but boy, it really would be cool if it happened. The bigger the server, the more clients that can play. So, huge server, huge number of clients. I participate in the internet news groups. When you walked in, I was on the internet, the Doom IRC channel, talking with the gang there. And so yes, indeed, I do watch. We're good friends with most of the players out there, both the players on the player level and players on the industry level. Hey, Mario defined guys that run to the right and shoot, and now there's a ton of those. Yet they're still good. You get the next version of Sonic come out, and it's still a good game. So if a game comes out in a genre that we kicked off, and it's a good game, then it's a good game. We enjoyed playing it. We enjoyed playing it to excess. You've heard of companies who've had to have conversations with the employees about their Doom playing. Well, we've had them in here. We have Doom addicts right here in the office. Oh, I'm testing, whatever. We never dreamed it would hit the level of success that it's hit. I mean, we never would have. It's almost an icon, a cultural icon type thing now. And no, if you told me that a year and a half ago, I was like, right, and too much gold tablets. From a business standpoint, now we have a product in each of the two channels, the shareware, the direct channel, and the retail channel. Wolfenstein 3D came out, we had Spear of Destiny to follow on the retail channel. Doom came out, Doom 2. Doom 2 was more an upgrade in content as opposed to an upgrade in technology. All new maps, new levels, new music, some new bad guys, a new weapon, the same idea, more of the best. It's moving along. It's a slow process. That's a business that I'm not used to. So it's frustrating because things move slowly, but it's natural for them to move slowly. So there's not a whole lot that I can tell you other than to say that it is in progress. By midsummer or by the end of the summer at the latest, you should see the first of the Doom novels released by Pocket Books. The cover arts come through, and we've applied our notes to them, and they're going to make some changes, and we're expecting to get all the text for the books in, the transcripts in short order for us to read through and review. We focus on one game, and we put every single ounce of our energies into that one title. And when that thing is done, that will be a hit. And so the next game that comes out will be a hit. And we write the games that we want to play. And first-person perspective games are more the games that we want to play. We've talked to our publisher, GT Interactive Software, about the possibility of becoming an affiliate label. And turning our relationship with GT down that street. And we've got a lot of numbers on the table that need to be chewed, so will we? Maybe. Who knows? Hard to say. We licensed the Doom technology to Raven Software, the guys who did Shadowcaster for Origin Systems. They developed Heretic. We worked as executive producer and control all of its distribution. There's another group right down the hall here, Rogue Software, who's working on a working title called Strife, a cyberpunk role-playing game using the Doom technology. Again, we will control its distribution. And we've got things like Pocket knocking on our door to do the books. We're doing the movie deal. Our programs, although they are pirated, I don't think they're pirated as much as, or at least Doom wasn't, pirated as much as a lot of the other pieces of software from the monolith, the big mega corporations, because people feel that we're tighter with them. My email is always open, and I always answer my own email. We're very accessible. We're just a bunch of guys, just like the players. That's all we are. We're the players. We're just blessed with the talent to create the games. Oh, it dwarfs them. Doom 2, right now we've got about 150,000 units sold direct on Doom. Doom 2 by the end of last quarter, Christmas, first of the year, about 750,000 units sold. We don't give the CD user something extra, nor do we penalize the floppy user for not having a CD. The CD, in our eyes, is another disc. It's a disc that holds a lot of stuff, and it's pretty and it's sexy, and if you throw it real hard, you might hurt somebody as it cuts into them, but it's just another disc. It's nice to see the game Doom, the word Doom used in some other form other than what it was originally, as the thing that describes this game. Doom-like, Doomish, a Doom clone or a Doom-alike. Yeah, it's nice to see that.